Chomotimenka.
Yeah, Tonka.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, Tonka.
Okay, so I know so Hemaa is going to give us more details about it. But whoever is watching us over here on Instagram, Facebook, no, today we couldn't connect Instagram. So we are live on Facebook. Matches, send us your views and comments about abusive relationship. If you have any experience you want to share, if you have a comment section, I say inbox, we read it for you.
Yeah.
If you have an experience, just share with us.
Yeah.
Nana, back to you.
Okay, so today, yeah, so as I was saying, Ohima is the perfect person, and Ohima, are you ready for us? I know, say you were setting up your camera, trying to relocate.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good.
Relocate because why wouldn't you say we are there?
But
so I had to relocate. I'm sorry.
Oh, no
Next
worries.
time I'll do better.
No
but
worries,
yeah.
don't worry. We understand. It's so we understand. It's part of what
yeah.
You know the beauty of it. I mean, right now, if a bit wants to sound mood, or a crowd, a bit wants to sound mood to just by worrying you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So with me, I was literally in an abusive relationship, and I've known Nana since we were kids, and that's the beauty of why I even wanted to come to your show, because I've never been to anyone's show.
True, yeah.
But I was actually in the relationship, and Nana knows me as a very confident young girl. When we were growing up, I was very out there. I was outgoing. I was confident. I was fun. And so when I went into something like that, it taught me that coming out, it taught me that anybody can be in that situation. A lot of times when you talk about abusive relationship, they don't see strong women, confident women, and all that in an abusive relationship. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. So when I was 21, when it happened, I married very young against my dad's wishes. I got pregnant by this guy. I moved in with him. And as soon as the pregnancy came and I moved in, all hell broke loose. He literally, Wow, boy, we now can't say now reply now be ball. Or be so quite wanting now say now quite wanting or be ball. Like nothing instigated anything. And a lot of time people will be like, and then now and now I know you're doing instead of Obama. Most of the time, nothing will trigger, and nothing should trigger a man for beating a woman. Me papa call woman cry one bomb that. Me mommy or woman one bomb that since growing up. I was never beaten by my parents. No man should beat the wife or the girlfriend. No one should beat the woman that he's sexually intimate and active with. It's wrong. So I was in this, and because I didn't know any better, I was young, I was ignorant, I didn't know anything any better. It became the norm. Into Obebo, Obekasa sorry. Oh, I draw me a sorry, or him me a sorry. In Sibium, no ato flowers, no abomi. I'm talking about pregnancy. I was through pregnancy. I was going through this.
Oh my God.
He was beating me. He was pushing me down the stairs. We had stairs in our flats. He was pushing me down the stairs in our apartment, and it became normal to me. It became okay. I thought, and then the words he will use will be, wow, nobody will want you, nobody will like you anymore. This is it for you. And then it became me. I believed it. And then I endured it. And the day that everything changed was the 24th of December. It was Christmas Eve. My oldest daughter, who's almost 16 now, was 1.5. Or me down to fear for Christmas Day to spend the Christmas. So we went on the 23rd or the 24th. We went on the 24th, and then the 25th Christmas we were gonna come back. And on the 24th night, while born down for abo abadem ho me say mada akranada I did not pay so nyane ye me in front of his friends in an army camp. His friend was in the army, British Army, and he black and blue, and he hit me. And when I was moving, because I had Gabrielle in my arm, hit Gabrielle. Now mama so sway instantly, and that was the wake up call for me. So be kumi, obe say kumi. Now we are kofa me fu na wase kwa no besa konya girl. No me ba abenya stepmother. Now, my baby more treating me back. Means me yet. A couple of days after that, we got back home, and I kicked him out. And I realized whilst I was with him, I couldn't drive. So I used to ask him, say, me or drive, or try me driving a boy. Maybe I'm a press accelerator, I need too high. And I said, I can't get the biting points because UK are more stick than automatic. I know America more automatic, but I more stick here. Or to me, boom, me black and blue because I didn't get the biting point and I got it wrong. And
Hemaa, let me pause you because mommy Rahu too much. Mommy Rahu.
I can't be emotional here.
Yeah, mommy Rahu. I'll let you go in, but before I'll let you go, me person can stories in here because me person we're a conversation, right? And you answer and then you relate it to it. Okay. Whilst you guys were dating, did you see anything like that?
No, I didn't. He was, when I first met him, it took him about 2 years to even get to me. I met him through a friend. George Musa. Hey.
So you didn't see any signs of, anger or something in him?
Signs. He had anger issues, but because I didn't know anything about relationships or anything, I didn't think about it.
Okay.
I wasn't brought up in a home where my dad beat my mom or my stepmom or anything. So even if there were red flags, it didn't trigger me. I was 21, and George me or pay me for almost 2 years. My birthday crown or drive if you baby or one maybe I'm walk about an hour and a half by me jume at the family fee jume you're only 20 minutes away from my house. No, I drive him. That's how he proper hunted me. Like when you cheap sakra into because and you said or me I was an assistant store manager.
Yeah.
I was very young. I lived in my parents' house. So I had very good money coming in, disposable money. I had no responsibilities or anything, or to me, or no, mommy, every month, because mommy, and I'm like, but I work, I don't need any money from you. And he took care of me. He was sweet. He was gentle, everything. Into me, I had no doubt, say, be a abortion, and I say, I was fully ready to move in with him and do all those kind of things. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in dating. So how did it start? Say, but what did you? Number one. Sorry. How did it start? How did the whole abuse start? When you moved?
If I can remember rightly, the first incident was, I don't know. I can't remember the exact because it's been it's been 14 years. Yeah. But I think one of the first incidents I remember was and he was smoking, and I think I challenged him of we have to start taking responsibilities or something like that. Hey, who are you talking to? Namasum bum. The first hit was a slap. I was so confused. I was thinking, hey, what's happening? What's happening here? I was so taken back. And he said he's sorry. Straight away, he's like, sorry, I just got angry. But you know what? He was smoking. He's late. So I don't want to, give him a bad name. But the truth is still the truth. And my past is still my past, So I'm not going to sugarcoat and, and make somebody that wasn't what they was something that they he was smoking, and he was even smoking weed. And so I was trying to encourage him to stop. Because we're going to be a family now and stuff like that. And he wasn't very pleased with me saying that, I guess. So I think that's when I was challenging him about certain behaviors, the drinking and the smoking. And yeah, that's where my first slaps came. Okay. And it didn't stop until the day I left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So linking it to your topic here, how would somebody know, say, because the reason why maybe say how it started, was how would somebody know, say, behavior I started with a partner is leading to the same path as you went through? What are some of the other signs to look out for to somebody who's...
One of the main signs is a possessive partner. Obi or you over possessive. Obi or sheso.
Yeah.
Obesha also dear then I was share. And I was at way. One ane kasa. Why most of my friends I I had one friend, even that one friend, he was against that one friend. Into be or show. So listen, love is between two adults.
Yeah.
And you should be able to be with somebody that you can be yourself and still share experience with that person. Nobody owns anybody on this earth. Our mothers and fathers, they don't own us. So nobody should be possessive over you in a relationship. And the mistake some of us women we make is we are attracted to possessive men because we think it shows that they love us. That is not love.
Yeah.
Not love. A woman will choose, there will be two type of men. A man who's loving and caring. He allows you to be yourself. He allows you to do what you want. And then you have a man who will be giving you instructions here and there. Or no, that man has a backbone than the man who loves you and is sweet and wants you to be yourself. And that is just the truth. A woman can tell you, say, I left that man because he's too nice. What the hell is too nice? How can somebody be too nice for you to lose such a good person? Only you're nice, or you're considerate, or you're respectful of your feelings. He thinks about you outside of the box. Oba on pel, be obeying. Hey. Not just no, or your bema. That is the mentality the Africans have. Say, Obama, yes, or you're Obama. Being a man doesn't mean you're violent. You can still be a man and be emotional. Emotional men are still men. And that's the problem that we have. We want possessive men, but we don't want possessive men. It's like we are confused. Yeah, Obama obey hey, but yeah, Obama obey hey. Like, you need to choose. You can't tell me you're going to lose a man because he's too nice. And I've heard that so many times. He's too nice. What is that? What does that even mean? I don't get it. What is he's too nice? Like my husband right now, somebody will say he's too nice. What? He's kind, he's respectful, he's loving, he encourages me, he pushes me, like he's behind me, he's my number one cheerleader. How can that be too nice? Say, baby, I would see who better. You can still be yourself. I don't know, but that's one of the signs. A man that is possessive, or a man telling you what to wear, not even saying, "Oh, babe, once I see you now, share and run and no be nice with this dress." So, you're different. Change. I deal with them in the social media and shady with them. Who show where? No.
So, Hemaa, do you think say a bit more free?
A man
did he have a background of something like that from the home?
I definitely had an abusive background. Absolutely. A man that watches a woman being abused or see it as a normal thing growing up will think abuse is normal. Will think it's normal. I must beat her into her senses. I truly believe that there's more chances of a child being an alcoholic through alcoholic parents. What am I saying? Because that's what they were brought up. That's the environment they were brought up in, and so that's what they will get used to. And I strongly believe George was in that kind of environment where there was violence, and it became normal for him. And that's what he to prove, say, or your Bema, like nobody can mess with me. That kind of mentality. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, since I know do affiliate too hard. Thank you very much. Our Radio. Thank you very much for tuning in. When here on Facebook, we appreciate it, but keep sharing. Share with your friends. As I said, Hemaa is no stranger to Facebook. I know she has a lot of followers who are passionate about what she says, the information on emotion, and we are so excited to first have her exclusive. This is the first time I call radio, so I'm talking to any radio, and it's Akwaba Radio. Just because I've known Hemaa.
Yeah, because we are the gold.
We are the gold. Yeah, we've known her. I've known her for a long time, and I've been pushing Hemaa. I need you to do this. I need you to do this. I need to bring you on my radio. I need to bring you here. So Hemaa, appreciate it again. What do I affiliate to? This is the critical relationship issue. Today we are talking about abusive relationship. Why Why do people go through that? What are some of the signs? How do we get out of it? There's a lot of your friends and information out there. There's a US HDA of 800 number. To me, seeking help. So, Ohima, if people are in such a relationship, to send what was so hard? What took you so long to get out?
One, when you have a child with a person, you know, we live in a community where we are abomination.
Okay.
Oh,
That's the community we live in. We live in a community where you'll be named names because we are born one and now we are born two. And say Oba Jaya Warrior. Yeah, and Casadena or Bemani, you because it's because I wanted to also prove to my dad say makwanyem crime and many me kunda sote. So I was trying to please other people. Number 2. And number 3, I didn't know who I was. I had no self-confidence. I had no self-worth. I didn't like just say nami nim who or him I was. You know, whatever I was in became my norm. Into nana team. Into one, I didn't want people to say no because my stepmom and my dad, I felt like I had to prove something to them. And number 2, my wo yesi ja mi ja one ebe pe me young girl wako one ebe pe on born one and to the point they even call you a prostitute because you've gone and had a baby, as if you need 20 men to sleep with before you have babies. You know, when a virgin can get pregnant on the same night, you know, and I didn't know. One of the most important thing was I had no self-worth, no self-confidence.
What was it because of Oma Oko True Nintiana Felix and your money now? Was it because
yes,
of okay?
Because when you keep hearing the same thing, you start believing it.
So not only
you were believing it.
You are not only going through physical abuse, emotionally. So not
emotional.
Emotional. Was also
and not that. He was also cheating.
Okay.
He was also cheating.
Yeah.
Just say media double whammy. Just say media. Now me a special breed. Or no di manful fro. Sound boo fee. Now the worst thing is say when you are in a relationship like that, you disconnect. So emotionally, you've disconnected from the person. So even when you're sexually active with the person, it feels like rape because you feel like you don't really want to do it, but you have to do it because exactly. So it took me a while because of all these things. And then nobody can tell somebody to leave. They have to realize it themselves. It's unfortunate to say. I've spoken to a few women on social media. They call me about this. And I'll tell you, me, I'll never tell anyone to leave their husband or their wives. The only time I will openly tell you, you better run is when you're being abused. Because it's better to leave alive than be picked up in a casket. And see, that's the only time. All the girls that I've spoken to, they left when they were ready and they called me after. I would advise you, I'll tell you where you are is dangerous. So be alive for your children, or be alive so your children you can see your children grow. But they were not ready at that time. They left when they were ready.
So you have to
there isn't a you have to get to your own stage that when you are ready to leave. But the reason why we need to have this conversation is to have the awareness out there for somebody to hear it, because if they're not hearing it, they will even stay in it for longer. So whoever that is watching this that you're going through and you don't know how to leave, it has to be you to realize it. But you have to understand, say, when after death, there's no other option. There's no other option. Because so many women die of domestic violence every year. It is a wash. Me diano or bomb me banner me hunsa me bano. My answering feel ha me bano crab wuno. That was my realization. And when I'm free more, I started gaining my confidence and myself back. It has to be something that take your brain for you to realize that this is not where I need to be. And this is not the end of the world. It's just the end of that relationship. A lot of women think they will not find anybody. And a lot of women cannot survive alone. A lot of women, they cannot be alone. Being alone is not a bad thing. It's not a sin. It's power. Being able to enjoy your own company. Because me, I felt like I couldn't be alone. I was so young, out of my parents' house, straight to this house where I'm being beaten. But when I left, got my own place, started building my self-confidence, I started driving within 3-4 months. leaving this guy, I got my license, got my own car, and my confidence I started building on my own self. And I realized if I don't know who I am, how can somebody come and love me for who I am when I don't even know who I am? So I had to work on myself, and I had to start enjoying my own company, and I had to start enjoying being alone. A lot of women don't want to be alone. So because they don't want to be alone, they will sit in that in that danger zone because they don't want to be alone. They will think, it's better I'm here. I just manage than go and be alone.
Yeah.
As a woman, when you start enjoying your own company and start understanding the power of a woman and how powerful you are, Charlie, nobody.
Hemaa, you made mention of society, baby, a background as we as Ghanaians, and I can say only or baby the way the only the way our society in the show, it makes it a force you for you to be in that relationship, for you to. So as society, as young generation, you say, how can we make sure say near society can we fight back? How do we fight back? I mean, I'm a woman. How can you go to your parents? Maybe you were trying to please your parents. Say, okay, my I'm still in it. And Pachamu, I'm afraid, just hold the line a little bit. Yeah, we open the line maybe around 2:30.
You'll pick the call soon.
Not soon. Just hold on. Ohima will be here with us. Ohima, as young society, how do we fight back, Bibisa? How do we educate ourselves? Saying, we shouldn't. For the. But we should find a way to say, okay, this is what I'm going through, mom, dad, and I don't need to be here. How do we even start that conversation?
My dad, when he found out at the end of the relationships that I went through, that he was very hurt.
Yeah.
That I was trying to prove a point to him. When we are more westernized now, it becomes easier than talking to somebody who the parents are really adamant say they don't want to disgrace the family or anything. After that conversation, you need to get yourself out. They will come to that realization very soon. What am I saying? And society him say, the way we are brought up, we are brought up say like why worry not ho. And as I did na yakoya mame ho a ne yakoka twa mame wa wo de fa ne sa tena ho sa bompaye na obejai no mpaye bia en stop it obi a on pese o change. Now in fighting back, we can't change society, but we can change our situation. We can't change everybody's mind, but we can change our situation. You have to have that hard conversation with your parents. My parents' approval is important to me. Even getting married again, I really needed my parents take approval before going in it again because I didn't have it before. But when I sit down, you need to sit down and be able to have conversation with your parents and be like, this and this is what's happening. I know you don't agree with it right now, but sooner you will understand. What am I saying? Have that conversation and be able to be strong enough to leave. We also need the churches to back us up because in able to fight this, and it's all about the Bible says, it's what most of our parents believe. But there's nowhere the Bible says we should sit for somebody to kill us in a marriage. And there is nowhere in the Bible that says you need a ticket of marriage to get to the heaven that we are fighting to go to heaven. So we need the church to come to fight with us. Unim say, a young girl in church with a child will be judged by a young girl in church the same age as me without a child will not be judged. But that young girl, Mimi, I'm holding my sin. My sin is my first child. By your sin, you flush so many down the toilet. As a young man now who call for marriage now doing say your own wo ye no ye papa because or no nkuta akola no wunim po say na wo de no krampo say eye adwuma na say nye adwuma. And at the hour no enjoying say oni nipa 20 na koda na ye then and owo ye. And a young guy now who kon who crampo nim say only girls are abortions that into crowd ultimately ase. We need the church to help us fight our community because our community is all about God. What am I saying? And we can't change the community, but in order for the community to change, we need the churches to change how they preach about marriage. and how they support certain things in marriage. So it's my friend pastor. Rock and say, yeah, booming. Rock I said, that's not how I'm coming. But I'm anything. No,
Wow.
Our society, they don't look at say, abusive relationship, man, it's bad because
bad.
Yeah. Because example, I'm sorry, you're sitting at home, you're born, you're sitting at home. Yeah, who say it's norm. It's just because we don't talk about it. It's just because
we don't talk about it.
So we
don't talk about it. We shy away from it.
Because it's taboo.
Of your today. I make only when you cheating today. When my man or papa a family, you're bored. Then the bompire obejai. Yeah, because I mean, they are burying Barbara up in the States. Yes. They are burying her.
Yeah.
When Oja no crown pono, Sanko Shisha no bono. That's a dangerous man. Oja no crown pono, Sanko Shisha say, you are mine. I'm married to you. You are mine. Nobody belongs to nobody. Twins a cry almost. They don't. Twins a cry. See a trust section. I see a bush. Nabakuba and Nabakuba and Nabakube once and Nabakube. Obia yafa our rear and the attention a bucketry and the attention the area see a pampaso. And so our rear nasa bibi your crown to me sorry if you are rear because through. But as the same saying I penny focus who saw our bonia who now our pada. What's the say?
Yeah.
Into no what's our rear saying throw our rejayo say when him say baby I want one on him say Jana which now on the show. The all yen and yet wow also our a bit more our relationship, but they cry more than they are happy. And then they could do a funny now, sume fun crank. I'll be yes, that's not a relationship.
Okay.
Don't be scared, like because we have to start forgetting about what society say and start believing what we want. Do what you want. Africans are scared to do what they want. They want to do what society wants. And every time I'm always preaching that on my page. Me, I don't care what anybody thinks. The most important thing is do what makes you happy. Because is the final thing. There's no other final stages. The final stages is you leaving. And now, a lot of girls say, I've been with them it's been 10 years now. It's been 5 years. Cut your losses and leave. It's been 10 years. It's not the end of your life. Leave, because we don't understand how we only start understanding the dangers of abuse when somebody dies, and that's unfortunate. We shouldn't get to that point when somebody dies, because we have made in Ghanaian society, you owe me, or Bemano, like he owns you. Owns you. That's the mentality of marriage in Ghana. You are his property. Whose property? You're not nobody's property. Everybody won't say when you want to be honest and tell married women that although you are married, you're still an individual. Although you're in a relationship, you are still an individual. Your goals, your aspirations should all still stand. And they forget about themselves and that they want to just breed and they want to just cook for the husband, and that's their life. That just can't be your life. Isn't that make us say, that doesn't mean say me bad life and I'm a bad me so ding. My woo, look at me. No, I love my children. Yeah. My children are individuals. I'm training them for them to be able to grow up and be an individual. But when they go, I still have my life to live. What am I saying? Yeah, doesn't mean that I don't love my children and I don't want them. No. But we need to understand that even though you're in a relationship, you're an individual. And so if they're beating you black and blue, you have to think about yourself and what that is doing to yourself, and then walk out. And some of the free caskets anymore. I don't know what I'm so they will understand later. Don't wait till you die. All because Ghana you pay
I was just saying, I do a video too. I thank you for tuning in. I'm sure on Facebook. Keep sharing. Right. Share. On Hemaa once again. On Nana Hemaa is no stranger. And see, more Facebook, more following in there. I know, sir, you hear more of her stories. She plans to say it, and then we have her today on Aquaba Radio, sharing some of her experience or code through in abusive relationship. There's a lot of different forms of abusive relationship, but I think say hers was more physical abuse and emotionally, she also went through that, and she's happy to share that story with us and use that to educate your society. So, and Nana Imagine, any questions from your end? Anything on Facebook?
I mean, we hear these stories every day. But I think we just listen. I like her point that she made. She wouldn't tell you to leave. One thing I've noticed in life when I was growing up, they say, when I said, maybe how can I own feel that? But the way I hear my parents know, I learned something. If I tell you this stop and you don't stop, I'll just leave you to go. That is how I think that is how generally life is. Because when he said this is fire, but no kotum.
Yes.
One guy can't say he's married and he's having issues with the marriage. Or Hemaa, we ignore signs in relationship and okay, so I've put it in my head. Don't ever think whatever is happening in the relationship, it's not going to happen when you guys are married. Yes. At least baku will happen. And I say this all the time. Okay, I don't know if I don't want to say God doesn't want to hear us because He's God, and I want to talk to God right now that He should give us the right people in our lives, because meaning say we go to church, we pray before we get married. So I don't know why we marry the wrong people. We come to you, Father, this is the person I want to be with. And see, I know what I'm so sad. I don't know what to say. The only option is for God to give us the right people in our lives. Because I don't know why you have to marry your enemy. You are in a relationship with somebody very beautiful like that, and the next moment, you are beating the person. What the hell is wrong with you? Now, I would say Grace ever complaining of the same thing when she was pregnant. Yes. Or Hemaa has also come to talk about this, and it means this is something that happened. And a lot of divorce cases, day in and day out. Like he said, Barbara, she's gone. He was like, I'll kill her, and she did kill her. But one thing I want to tell parents, I always talk about parents whenever we are discussing issues like this because of how I bring me up home. Trust me, they are all who battle. Okay, they are your mothers, they are your fathers. But the thing is, nobody chose your father for your mother. Nobody chose your mother for your father. Okay, so even if you share the crown now or decide they say that is what she or he wants to do, So this thing that the environment is building, the community, I think from 2015, that thing is even going down. And then I take some analysis. From 2015 going, I realized girls were opening salons, shops, and all that by themselves. They were not dependent on their parents and their boys anymore. Now girls, they need it. Depending on men, even though they were taking the monies and other stuff from men, but they are conform because we didn't Jaya was setting up in the business.
Yes.
Okay. So girls started. I'm talking about Ghana. I don't know about that. Many America has said. Girls started doing things by themselves. If you must sit down any other day, maybe age mates, maybe friends, as at age 29, unlike first, life begin at 40 and 30. I know most of my friends who have at least only share crown or want to land be are all prepared to. The men take advantage of us because of all these things. Okay, and let me go back to my advice I was giving to the parents. Okay. When you married your husband, when you married your wife, nobody chose him or her for you. That thing that some people have in their families. I have people or my family who are unjai. It's in your because that is the norm there.
I mean, how?
If you had a warrior in Jai, if you had a also worry man, hell no. I know Biana also worry.
Can you
You know, there are
imagine?
lots of things that happen. You sometimes, like Ohima said, you won't see it from the beginning. You feel that person is the right person for you. As time goes on, someone said he's the wrong person. Trust me, I was very happy when he stated something about abortion. No woman should ever try abortion there, no matter what. Okay, and you men out there that feel that a man you are wrong. You guys are wrong. You don't know. Because trust me, like Ohima said, if your abortion is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you won't be crying. I say, maybe you're probably one. So somebody being born 1 or born 2, no. It was her decision, and then she think that man was the right man, and it happened to be that the man was a wrong man. So you, the woman, to go in for somebody, okay? It is not wrong for you, the woman, to also go in for a man. But the ideology that we are born one and we don't need you. Trust me, they are those we call women, because Obano na ko betimi aboti akra. And wa aboti. And what akra or shakran. So it tells you that oba obetimi atnesi asheba. Okay, so let's stop this. The community is not helping us, Nana. The community, the people around us, they are not helping us. I'm sorry for the environment, the people we mingle with. Okay, we are ignoring the right people because of what people will say. But me, I will say this every day, again and again. Because nobody is going to live your life for you. So now I'll catch up and say, go back to your home. Now what? Mama, papa na push say chinchina way na wasa worry no. And I say our real way na wasa no. Trust me, obi work eja beka oni nipa ko no wa worry ni. And that time maybe na too late. You choose the right people. You pray. I believe in prayers. I think say I don't know, but it's feelings. I've been in it before, so I don't know how to say it. When we are in love, we don't think deep about a lot of things before you choose a partner. So I say this every day. Me bon pie say, share some kind of people be in my life. Okay, because I don't know how far I'll go with them. And today, I'm sorry, I'm bon pie. I'm catching already say, whether it being a woman, a man, or by my life, and just even say hello and hi. Because after the hello and hi, I don't know what is going to happen next. Intimacy this on money papa and bra my life because the person coming ebia the next moment on me be juma bi ebia or our bi ebia bibi ke saving the die him. So if the person doesn't have a good spirit, bibia no be ebia enye is going to be messed up. So you pray that you meet the right people. And then some relationship move, okay? It is Nana, it's not only beating and abuse, okay? Obi wa out me hu ni anger nkiti bi utimi hu jealousy nkiti be like Hemaa said, we feel so want to pay. You think that is the right man for you. You are so wrong. This is a very sad story. I mean, right. Like I will say
I'm not
Who
done.
are you?
I'm not done with that. Although I'm in pain, I still want to push on Hemaa to make sure that we get a medication from it. What I said, we educate our women and make sure
she has really educated us a lot. We've seen this a lot. Nana, we hear this every day. Me say me no say obi boy bono. And then I am here and so time. Me no say obi boy bono. And she'll be there saying, "Oh, best son." And I saw the end she'll be jai. Hell no.
So
on jai, do be no be.
That was going
I
to
know master obu mema.
Yes. But I think the percentage of that would be yeah. But Hemaa, we will talk about that. Let me follow. Hemaa, in any friend saying in any stage in your relationship, did you felt say you are responsible for your husband's behavior?
So sometimes I used to feel say, okay, and I won't talk about the smoking and stuff anymore. To the point, say, I would even encourage for him to do these things. Like, okay, before instead of him going out to smoke and drink, I'd rather him and his friends will come home and do it so that and then he'll be home safe and stuff. I also start feeling, okay, then if I don't talk to any friends, then maybe that will stop. And so this is how you start blaming yourself for what you think you are the problem, so you are trying to solve the problem with yourself, right? This is how you start forgetting exactly who you are. I'll be like, okay, then I had no friends. I don't go and visit no friends, because what visiting friends are. Then he gets pissed off. Where did you go? Who did you go and see? Did it into then I won't go and visit. So I don't get any slaps. Now I won't go and visit any friend. We will fear. I'm from work, home, work, home, work. I had no social life, no friends, nothing. I won't even call friends. Maybe I'm in it phones wedding, come on, nothing. So I started changing myself so that he will change. That is one of the biggest mistakes that we do in relationship. That's one of the biggest mistakes we do. And I'll say this, as Hemaa was talking, Hemaa talked about how you're gonna pick him, like when you're picking a mate. I'm sorry to say, love is never enough when you're picking a mate. In fact, put love aside. I'll say that because in my end, a man that treats you well, you will fall in love with that man anyway. Stop thinking about love. Love, when you say, oh, why are you with him? Oh, I love him. It's crap. Love is never enough. Love is not even just a feeling. Love is a doing word. What you do to show that you love somebody. Some people are not great at opening their mouth to say, I love you. But what they do will show, say, then, omodo. It is a who to su obema and I say, who to see oba. Oh, I love her. It's not enough. Look at the character, the personality. Nibufu untem. Nibufu aden oye. Then oye. Nibufu ane actions. Then actions and who say oye. Or fro. Is he good in communicating? Munya fighter. Do you guys talk about it? Munya fight. How does the fight plays out? You can't marry somebody that you've never argued with. It doesn't make sense, because never move in with somebody an emotional state, how he reacts. Only sikakura send or reactive. Only sika send or reactive. You need to see all these sides to a man before. That's why I say love is never enough. Love, it is never enough. I didn't marry for love or, oh, my husband, I'm crazy. No. It's his character. Because character will never change. Atade no nim sha and no bet may change. But obi soon in the bind here. Won't mean to soon in bind no. Unless the Pacone decides over them, or better than soon in the bind. And as soon ni bind any idea it's not worry as you. It's not love. Because let's be honest, when you're married, you fall in and out of love with the person. That is how the journey goes. You probably don't like the person, but you still like the person and you care about them. And through that, you fall in love again. Through your arguments and stuff, you be like, oh, I don't even like this person anymore. Because love is never enough when it comes. Because when you follow love, you forget all the red signs around. Me done into, or say, sorry, I'm okay. Wabombe ba me done into, and now wabombe na me done into. Who is soon in the buy? Because I soon in the buy no. Oh, worry. There's no plug beer. Obe presses our lights, no, not be beer a hanky dory. A lot of women will sit in and say, well, if we marry, I know things will change. In fact, things will get worse. Things will get worse. Who worry a crown who say, oh, now he absolutely owns you. A hot crown will bet the cratchy powers because on say, well, what is the bride price? It's no, the Obeka crown or bit. And you are Jane said, me worry dear, me didn't worry dear, obey your camera. I'm just about to release a video where I was saying in the video that wouldn't himself with all his action shows set on your papa on pale. So the our into bets now will not make you all the
Obia worry.
Because Obia worry and let's say Ghana or I have fashion and Yasem Ketua. Yes, fashion to super so ye be wadan for ye be okuta 12 bridal train into super no. Ube ignore all the subino. Wouldn't say a dear who come me oh me dono. Me not 3 years, 6 years me dono. Oh picky mater for love to chain and so everything around. That's the
so Hemaa, did you ever hear his friends talking about some of these attitudes about him?
No, but the day he beat me in front of his friends told me, Charles and Zodic. I remember them, Charles Baidu and Zodic. I'll never forget these two. They said to me, if you were my sister today, you will leave him. That's what they said to me.
Wow. If you were. So that was new to even the friends, you know.
Yeah, they were shocked. They knew, said it, oh yeah, hey, they were shocked. They come to the house because I'm the one that's cooking and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, trying to, you see, women, yeah, people. I was telling y'all this yesterday. We like to fix people. I saw that he was a big problem. At the end, I started seeing, say, hey, Charlie, guy, wait here. But now maybe it's me fixing. And that's what we think we want to fix damaged goods. And then we want to claim, say, hey, meeting our sister, because we want to fix people. We know, said, Jesus the blood ne crown fixing. Now you're not going to fix anybody unless the person wants to be fixed. I felt I could fix him. That's the word. I mean, said your dummy. I know, said I'll be able to fix him. He'll stop beating me, and he'll be the best man in the whole world. It's like I was reading a fairy tale. You cannot fix anybody. You cannot fix any soul until the person say me who me subai na me person me changing. All his friends saw that day. They were like, hey, Hemaa, so that's Angela. That's what you've been going through. Now see, you haven't even seen the half of it. And they said, if you were my sister, this is exactly what I was going to let you do. So again, say let's not forget that.
Oh wow! I didn't even know.
Really?
No. Wow.
Ghana buy.
Who did you
Ghana. Ghana before the application to only bought me Ghana.
So was it love? And I'm poking you back. Was it love that you saw in him?
Oh, you were scared of what people were going to say.
Okay, so because of our war. Okay.
So I thought, okay, no, I'm so sorry,
No, you're
sorry. And the £1 cramming,
Hemaa, but let me pause. I'll do a video to her or share on Facebook. Thank you for I know the poll question not to her. The poll question for today not to her. Why do someone become abusive in a relationship? Is it the cultural upbringing, reflecting a childhood? Are they abusive? Did they make them feel that they are in power? Please vote. You see it on your screen. The poll question just popped up. It's on your screen. Vote. We just want to learn something. And today we are so excited to have Hemaa with us. Come on about her experience going through abusive relationship. Hemaa, we need no Facebook. I can't keep repeating because of her. She shares a lot. And we should follow her. We should just maybe listen to her. She doesn't go on radio, but me and I can't say Hemaa wait there. Hemaa wait there because sometimes you sit out there, you lash it out. I want people to be able to ask her questions. Inbox, you can call us. You can post your comment on the friends and feed in us. Say Hemaa is going to read it. And if you have any other question for Hemaa and Nana Hemaa, obey to me Ebisano. This is abusive relationship, critical relationship issue. That is the your topic. We are here to educate, inform, and entertain you as well. But we have to make sure you learn something out of it. Not too long ago, this lady has been going through this or the Ashan Hosa or the SC, and it ended up taking Nikoni taking her life away, and we don't want it to happen. So if you are in it, what are some of the signs? We spoke about the signs, the effect, the impact on your family. When we are in abusive relationship, the society impact on us. And we tend not to come out when we are going through such abusive relationship or such happening behind closed doors. Some of the things we have to speak about. US has numbers, help information. Yeah, you can seek help. But I'm sure they have other numbers or people that you can talk to when you are going through abusive relationship. But it's meaning now no Hemaa kasa I think say it depending in man kasa right. It depending ni pana kasa. So the victim or woman and what are some of the causes. So until we are born komo bebre Hemaa G, take it away. Let's see what questions and what feedback we have on Facebook, and then we'll come back with our follow-up question with another.
We have a lot. Nana, Abdullahi, I don't know if I mentioned it right, but Abdullahi said there is so much abortion in church, and I want your community to be aware of it. Mami AC, some friends are usually a contributing factor. They condone a bad behavior. I don't think with her case, not a friend in the cry. I know
aware of it.
And my man friends now, yeah, girls that one is there. But I don't think we Obiabe support if we are him say Francis Jr. come listen. Oh, okay. She's Ada Francis Obia. You are tagging him to come and listen. Anyway, maybe she's tagging him to come and just watch. Echo in the background. Oh, Nana Joy, sorry about that. Are we still having the echo?
Let me check it out.
Police are checking for me. Kobe not saying, Kobe, people are suffering. Esther, so how do people who are not from Ghana understand this? Why do Ghana people always use Ghana when they know that others won't understand and could also benefit? Esther, I don't know what you're talking about, but you're talking about okay, you are blending it. Why? You're in Ghana. I don't know what exactly she's talking about, but don't sign out. Be here with us now. You're blended because even though we are from Ghana, Aquaba Radio is an international radio, not only for Ghanaians, and the topic for today, we have a lot of people listening. We have a lot of people online. We are making sure that it benefits everybody. Into a patch of why be blended brofono and it's she na ama but let's not say I love you, Esther. Elizabeth. Okay, I see people tagging people. So Debbie Mills is on, Esther is on, Mamiesi is on, Lily Kobe is on, Nanajo is on, Ifua Hemaa, Abdullahi, Nana, a lot of people are on messages. I think they are tagging people to come and watch. It means Ohima, people are so interested in the topic, and Ohima being here, you sharing with us your experience. Ohima, you miss show. I say, why are they just say, minya na kabesu ba me never go now it's even money bio. You have fine body like that.
A super bony.
You can't retaliate. Nana, sometimes when the person hates anyway, or once a while be Mr. Minima, maybe she the kuno. Or so him mama buno, and then the mambuno. The lady was in this immigration year, and the biani kuno bono, the biani kuno bono. So when she comes to our house now, make a mommy, and I said the ekenya, you say me don't say unkola umtino. One day video by or say, "Chef, or him my name is no papa." If you and trust me, everyone we didn't hear the woman coming to complain, say, "Mommy, me couldn't bo me be." Once I have to beat him too, because sometimes, okay, Nipana was on one and because of one or two things. Sometimes when you think about Nipana owning is a kwakotina, you don't know who the person is, and then you can't be there. Man, but when you think you still have to stay here, once a while, show your crutchy powers. Nana, over to you.
All right, thank you very much. And I'm kind more friend. Me promises at 2:30 US time, which will be I think 7:30 UK. I'll open the lines. Now, so my friend, if you have any questions, so we have about 5 more minutes to go. And I mean the poll question also add to Facebook. You can answer the poll question. I just want to see how your friend is saying what you think. Why do people become abusive in relationship? Is it their background, what they've seen, or it's just their own behavior, or they just maybe feel say they want to be in power and they take it on somebody else that onto me they know that person will not be able to fight back. Please answer the poll question. I appreciate it. We just want to know and then learn from that. Hemaa,
yeah, my idea about the poll question, most of the people that abuse people, it's way back from home, how they were trained in the house. Okay, I watch movies and I hear a lot of stories in America. They take it money serious. Way back home, Ghana and we interview people about why they abuse people and why they do some things, and they'll tell you that I saw my daddy doing this to my mom, and nobody complained about it. So the feel is okay, intimacy. As we are becoming mothers, as we are becoming fathers, those of us watching us today, let's learn this. Okay, everything we do and try to pick it. Everything we do and pick it. But I want to say many Ishra Ekasa, Otimika say Pachoma busy me throw back. And I was so pissed off. So one day, me beside my grandma say, "Yeah, my friend honestly, they are never trying us like or corn." So I see him in the video, and he tells me, "Pastor, my business for back," and we were laughing over it. And one day, I was like, "No." Maybe some me mama say, "What is going on?" And she told me that she usually say that when we use 2 phones, or kata or the other phone is so now will be friend now. She tells the other person on the other line that Bashomai is back. And the little boy is adapting to it. Or you see, or you're very young and he's growing up. So everything we are doing, or copy. So when we are growing our children, and I say, you're very careful with things we say, everything we do in the house. I see somebody who still doesn't eat the wife aduane because say the mommy aduane the chain aduane. And trust me, because I'm cooking the aduane, I was surprised. But I noticed say that is what the father used to do. No matter what, the aduane, the mommy aduane, like us in the grandma aduane, or did you face the cry or said to kako did you want the mommy if ye and aka aprano. And we are becoming parents, okay? Everybody, whether relationship mokra obewo, worry. We should be careful everything we do. Abusive is not just about hitting the person. Sometimes emotionally, what do you take the person through? A lot of people are possessed, okay? Like Hemaa said, I'm very particular on this. Man attitude, that jealousy attitude, now if we say it is love, okay? Don't go here. Don't call this person. Hey, trust me. It's not like Uko cheat you, but you need people to talk to. Your husband or your partner is not going to be there for you 24/7. Sometimes you need people to talk to. Okay? Your partner can do all the work.
You mentioned something about is in 2015 or so, and it's starting to happen. The women are starting to open businesses. Stuff. And you're talking about how we raise our children. You see, raising a girl child in Ghana back in the days, and it's all about, and it's all Yes. The mentality of we need to change that narrative. So we need to teach the girl child to be independent and ambitious and thinking about her goals. We raised girls back in the days as you're raising it to be a wife. We need to raise girls to be women, an individual woman. It's and a warrior is part of the journey. And you'll be a power you from and you'll be a warrior. Like they'll even want children anyway. But it's the way we raise the girl child. We should stop raising girls' child. No. And I want to marry a rich guy because you should be rich. Don't marry a rich guy. You be rich.
Exactly.
We need to change the narrative of how we raise the girl child of warrior and miku besheme and I raise my daughter. I'm raising my daughters in individual. We don't talk about how your husband will look after you. That's not it's not part of it. Ultimately, yes, she's going to be somebody's wife, but she's Gabrielle before she's somebody's wife. And when she's somebody's
there should be a first time of a wife bringing up a husband too. It's not the was the man also maybe be my want to do something for.
We need
to when you are brought up in a home like that, respect. Sometimes when you parents build some class B for your children, it even tells which kind of man they are going in for, or which kind of man is coming in for your child. Because what build about some standard B. Okay, before the guy came, Uban was in university, was in school. Before the guy came, Uban was starting a business. Before the guy came, maybe a cup of maybe what man was set up. I mean, you've built that foundation. It's in the Belmana Urban. So Pebura, who say, I put a master barrage. I can't even lie. Meet me and family son and meet me in China. Meet me in the dinner because where the person is coming from has already spoken for itself. So like you're saying, it's very, very necessary. It's very important. We should build our children. Let's stop pushing them to people they don't want. Let's build them by ourselves. I'm so proud of my mother. Anywhere I say it, I will say it. I'm so proud of her. She built her child. I remember those days when my mother tells me that okay, so me before I'll ask you, I won't even ask. unless when you feel like giving it to me. She has built that standard for me. I mean, and then some people have to sleep with people before they have cars, before they have places to stay and all that. I have that foundation.
Is that narrative of a Bema show or Bema?
Exactly. Me, I was built, and somebody will tell you that they're okay, can please. So you, the mother, you can do it. Stop saying and there was obian way just feel, okay? But you mothers say, I'm selling myself out of whatever I want to do for my child. Okay? One chance to man see say the person me ban the person me ban me build this standard for her, him or her. And you know, this is the class I want to put my child. Okay, so whoever is coming from outside, see that class you've built, and the person is going by it. Okay, you say, the obey your and a bet sure baby I'll be and answer the kind of people are only on bear a. So we should be very watchful on that. I like I said earlier, what is your reason? Now also obey abortion. What the hell is wrong with you?
Now we can't go school in the of Bema show. And you see, show Bema show, and they do go school here day. And the internet of young show Bema non Beshanipa. And then the we need the next generation.
All right.
We should not wait for a man to come and look after our girls. And that time the Ajay.
All right, thank you very much, Hemaa and Hemaa. I have two Hemas on the show today. You can see the passion. You can see the passion and you can see the passion in them when it comes to this topic. Yeah, I know say a lot of people want to call, so me promise him say 2:30 I'll open the phone line. So it's 703 659-0625 703-659-0625. Pacho Fra, no one make you comment in short and quick, so that we will have everybody friend. Our poll question is also activated. Why does someone become abusive in relationship? Is it the culture upbringing, reflecting the childhood? Are they abused? Were they abused? And I say it makes them feel like they have the power. Which one? Please, Pacho, make your choice. Our poll question as we speak to Hemaa, Nana Hemaa, so Nana Hemaa GH and then Nana Hemaa UK. Also, her Facebook.
The topic is making me too much hungry.
And Hemaa, once again, we appreciate sharing your story. You share it all the time, but today the episode Yehumuna Yebisa more questions. You've always wanting to do this. Hemaa, my follow up question. What was it when do Hefa? I know I was saying down for phone bull or bull we now you thought this is the time for you to exit. How difficult was it for you to exit?
Physically it wasn't difficult, but emotionally it was very difficult. Physically there, we came back from the trip from Southampton. The next day I'm like, pack your stuff and get out. And I was not stopping. And then I called my mom and I told my mom this is exactly what's gonna happen. And she had my back. I was like, so I told him to get his stuff and get out. I was working as a airport a supervisor at aviation security in Sino. I actually took my daughter to Ghana to my mom and said, "Wait, I'm going to Ghana for a couple of years and get back on my feet." When I did take care and I came back, he tried coming back to apologize and this and that. And so that's where you can easily fall back into the situation. Say, back at the sorry, and stuff like that. And so try to make it work. So emotionally, I was back in front. I was still being adamant, say, I'm not going back. My mom was standing behind my back. But emotionally, I could have easily switched back into going. But I stopped all contact in terms of, I said, like, please, I don't want you to call me for now. I'm going through emotion state to get over him, and I didn't want to get into any relationship. I decided to be by myself to actually find out this 22-year-old girl with a child and, about to be divorced at such an early age. I wanted to know what the hell was like, what's left for for me, for this life, because I actually thought my life was over, ultimately.
Yeah.
I had a good job, thank God. I stayed with my job for a while. And I was still going back and forth. I mean, we were still talking, he was still apologizing. And I'm very forgiving. I had forgiven him, but I had to stand my ground in terms of I'm not going to go back. Intellectually, emotionally, it took me a while to actually get over him. Although it's easy to get over somebody when they've hurt you, they say, but when you've been with them for a long time and you share a child and you're going to be attached to the person for as long as, until the child is a grown-up crumble, still you are going to be attached to the person. So to say, oh, it was easy, I just left and I was great, then I'll be telling you a lie. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And another idiotic thing I was also doing was, because if you got I was paying his rent. Can you believe that? I was paying this year's rent and his phone bill. And when I realized that your phone bill is getting higher than normal, what's happening? I am 75 past your century. So I hope I think saying Harry said, although
they're not nothing.
Oh, my friend. And he was like, what's your problem? And then phone can pay. I'm saying, me nice. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to think outside the box and stuff, And how can I say, you didn't pass your sending, so I should really wake up and I think even his behavior helped me move on too. Because 1 minute he's sorry, the next minute he's showing his true colors of who he was. What am I saying? So although he was still doing that, it took me a while emotionally to be detached from him. And then when I did, it was for good, but it took me a while. And you need to understand that although you decide to leave, it's not going to be easy in terms of forgetting that person, because you shared a life with that person. So you have to give yourself time to heal and get over the situation. But you have to remember that time is a healer. And so don't think that today is this the right decision? Should I go back? This is what you're feeling today, but tomorrow you will feel differently. I guarantee you will get over that person. Every time it's the emotional side.
I think the echo is coming from your side. Please check it for us.
The echo is coming from where? Nana Hemaa.
My
side, yeah.
I hear echo, but
okay.
I don't know.
We'll find out. Koso, I'll keep checking here and see.
I think emotionally. Emotionally, it took me a while to get over it, but I kept reminding myself that time is a healer, and as time goes on, it will be better. Ultimately, and so I put the energy into getting to know who I was, loving the that I was in, having plans for the future. I went back to finish uni, because after I had my daughter, I stopped uni for a bit. I went back to finish uni. I carried on with my career, and I think I started driving, doing my driving license, driving and all of that. I think I just got myself busy into finding out who I was and sort of setting my life up, ready to go. Ultimately. And I got over it. Time is a healer. It's not going to be easy when you separate or when you decide to walk away. But you need to give yourself time to heal.
Okay.
You need to give yourself time to be able to get over it, because time will make you get over it.
Okay.
What's my say? Time will put you back into your senses and be like, that was a good decision for that you made.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Abusive, thank you very much. So do a video to the phone number to the studio. Steve, I missed your call. 703-659-0625. 703-659-0625. 703-659-0625. We're talking about abusive relationship, on critical relationship issues. In particular, or comments, we now person feedback, BB or how person share. I think that is the time. Brother Steve, I missed your call. Kofi, I think I missed your call as well. Until now, pay attention to the screen. I'm sorry. Until would you meet me afraid now with them comment and so about those getting feedback. No, we are sorry. We're trying to look for it and fix it. You better fix it. Don't worry. I think but clear. It's enough. So let's go ahead with our conversation. Hemaa, was it any time in that relationship, in your abusive relationship, that you guys did you seek help, outside help?
No.
Why? Why wasn't
he wasn't ready to seek any help or talk to anybody about his problems?
Maybe he didn't think that he was at fault.
He didn't think he had a problem.
Okay.
He didn't think he had a problem. It was a mistake. Every day that he and he apologized.
Okay, Pacho call our friend Pacho me feedback on Pacho below a video no we mami. And then your name and why are you calling from, please?
Okay, my name is AC.
AC Pacho. Pacho, AC Pacho, thank you for calling. And now everything.
Pacho, me from Maryland.
Okay, AC, thank you very much for calling.
My little contribution is that I made a comment that sometimes a friend that can also contribute to that behavior doesn't mean say a good behavior. No, sometimes it's abusive, emotional behaviors. Some friends know that your husband will be cheating and will be quiet about it. You'll be the one cooking for them. They'll be in your house in everything you do. But they will come, they will not say anything. They will see that there is family home, children home, but they condone it when that issue comes. That it has come to that point where there is a divorce. That is when you know the kind of people they are. When everything is messed up, then they run away. And that is how I see it. And I'm talking based on my experience. So everybody's experience is different. Friends with no morals and no values and no respect for anybody also condone certain behavior in marriage, in friendship. Adultphobia, you see, when you walk with fools, you become a fool. When you walk with the wise, you become wiser. Adultphobia society has contributed to this kind of behavior. And that's why we are seeing a lot of divorces. Because they are scared that when they say it, they will lose that friendship. They will not benefit. And these friends are sycophants. They only praise you when they are enjoying you. When it's all done, they run away. I'm telling you, and this is based on my own experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, SC from Maryland. Yeah, that's it. Any feedback and comments, which I think she made a very good point. If but
I mean,
go ahead. Let me pick the next caller. And then we come back and talk about SC's feedback.
Sometimes some of the friends feel.
Bryce Steve, Bacho Timinka.
Yeah, I'm a team going to design.
Bacho, you announcement.
Boko. Where they might follow discussion, but at the back, what you imagine, even though people get into an abusive relationship, you don't think that there's something wrong in terms of on the other partner. Because I doubt to say someone will marry the enemy. There have to be something wrong somewhere. In terms of coming from ABS or your bar, in terms of coming from the Bearman or your Bearman, in terms of coming from the other, there has to be something that triggers it. What is it? But I said, this discussion on a man's side, ignoring the other partner's side.
I don't know if you were really following. I pointed out a man be. And I even gave an example of Babi or Bunikuno.
But
we are not basing only on women. Because I know a man be brave, a man is so warm. A lot of women abuse men too.
Oh, Hemaa, but Brad Steve question and say is Obano so contribute to send a bear man abuse towards her?
No. I totally disagree.
Yeah, that's my because
Hemaa, you take that.
I find it very, very difficult because answer number one will be no. There's that deep love over there. Answer even you marry and then do all these weddings and other stuff. There have to be something. What they are saying, engage the two together before you even get into this. What they are saying, and maybe one is all of a sudden over another there have to be something on the other partner's side. Maybe the other partner is not ready to change. Won't say you're not the fault. But we only talk about one side. I'm not saying that abusive is wrong. They are good, what they are saying. But can we also consider that there can be something on the other parties on the other party's fault, and the partner is not ready to accept those. Eventually, it gets into other things, and they bring it.
Yeah, you see, Brother Steve, let me ask you a question. Hemaa, I'll let you take it. Brother Steve. So, what do you think? What do you think? Say, Obabi Butimiaye, Amaniku Abono sa to go through and your back continuously. Ebe koso sa to a sense say Obani crunch mean country. It destroys Obani self-esteem. The Oba cannot make any comment. The Oba cannot even go out and have friends. Anything Oba Fikra on to mean bisana. What do you think? Say Obano be yet so much to push or to make Berman get so much anger in him to always physically abusing Obano? What are some of what are some of the things that maybe
started at the beginning?
Beginning say Berman be Obano be dancer. Say Obano nin kasayi on nuaduane mano your back one and nuaduane.
That is my question. That is my question.
Okay, Hemaa, take it away. Hemaa. Okay, Hemaa, make you comment on this one.
This is one of the problem with abuse. There is two adults in a relationship. Nase obema u feel say oyere ayade. Na u think say a bro is what you need to do to actually communicate with your wife, and it's a problem. When people come and make comments like, what did you do for your husband to beat you? There is nothing I should do enough for a man to beat me in a relationship and then come and have sex with me at night. Someone just say. So when you oba or now feel say or you're disrespectful, unrespectful, and to babuna jano na call baby. So when you oba or na se wo kasa no akebi na umpe na eyadia umpe our no enya forever contract jano na call baby. So wo feel say aduane na onwa na a problem na wo feel say we drew a state so person wo bona jino na call baby. But let no man come and say well, and they say disrespecting and into no abono, then you people are part of the problem, because me and discipline or wife or your or your mates or your partner or your helpmates. It is a me communicating with you as a babe. Said you only make us an pet, and I said I a kumpana said I can pet you say I dream or be or I dream that it's me communicate effectively.
Yeah.
But if you feel the only effective way to get through your wife is beating her, you need to leave that relationship. Nobody should be in a relationship where they get to a point that the only way they can get through to the person is beating the person. If you go to that stage in your relationship, you need to walk away, because nothing is enough in a relationship to end up being beaten in a relationship. That is just the bottom line. There is no ifs and buts about it. And anybody that comes and tells me, well, there's an if because we didn't say into no boa, then you people, I'm sorry, that person is part of the problem. Abuse is no. There is no ifs and buts. It's a simple full stop. There is no comma and then buts. There is no buts with abuse. If you're with your husband, you're with your wife, and you feel you've got to a stage, say, hey, I just have a bono, and leave that person.
Yeah. Then it's not healthy. All right. Thank you very
much.
Yes. Yeah, Bryce.
When we talk about abuse, it's not only beating.
It's not only physical abuse. Yeah. But that is the common one.
There are things that go even worse than just beating the person. What they are saying. And I know that you're trying to throw light on this, but the person in Busa or Hemaa, Uganda, personally, and I've heard about testimonies what Saudi with our candidate. And also you say you didn't do anything wrong on your part. It could trigger this thing.
Behavior.
That is I'm personally fine. I just want to ask a personal question there. On your side, you didn't do anything wrong. It could trigger some of these things.
Hemaa, question. Yeah, say what you went through.
The wrong I did was cook rice 2 times in a row. The other wrong I did was ask him not to drink the night before he's going to a 4 o'clock shift and driving a bus with other people's lives in it. That's one of the wrong things I did. The other wrong thing I did is when we go to Ghana and make in Kratano. Okuta sika 5,000 pounds. Okuta ni somebody kwabonti akobono. Me say on fan 2 fee no the kwabonti beira. That's the other wrong thing I did. I can say. George, a friend is saying, "Could you unfadi into Hana? Ukwabonti na okobono obi free sema send us a call." And I think that's one of the wrong things I also did. I should have let him take the money so somebody could have stolen it. I should have cooked and pesier that day instead of rice and kenon kaya mbome. Come na me 8 months no pushing me down the toilet down the stairs no. Saturday no na yes said kamede ni keys na or driving wa bu and or driving na me say key we dey me fa ma ko jo kwa bonti obetima kwa ko pra obewu. Na sen kamede man no driving and kuku ya kamu betomi. I think that's the other wrong. There is nothing I did in a relationship for this man to have beaten me. And before he died, he called to apologize to me. Said, "Dia why me bia o pamicho na me catch and say when died ya we na kojo asembe to inti oko mi oja me no oko wari obi for no oko bo no the papa ni police oko dam for 1 year no or friend me adwa catch me say I say we dey o catch me o adwa any a born no call Ghana no ko wuye no ono friend me e pa macho say dia why me bia opamacho endi 2 days e no wuye e ne kusie no inti no say boni bi na me ye bia like I said me time no am pa me jai mo no because e mo no e be me problem na e be man am be instead because there's nothing
I was because of the same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he went to jail for 1 year in England because he beat his ex, the woman that he was living with. He had a child with her. He beat her black and blue.
So
and
that means
you to be imprisoned for almost a year. That means you served half of your sentence. So at least he was in prison for 2 years because this country you only serve half of your sentence and then you leave and then they deported him to Ghana. So no, sir. There is nothing I did that deserved me for be beaten for me not to be able to see through my right eye properly. There's nothing.
But even if
there's nothing.
Yeah, I don't think that even our womb and then if he did something which does not deserve or be to yin is sordin is ebebo. We will come back. Mami a friend said SC called from Maryland. Nidia Numire fear and the comment was a very maybe sir or Hemaa. So but before I do Brad Steve, any follow-up question for Hemaa? I think so. I'll answer our question. I mean, for the next call.
Well, I have a question.
Okay,
but
you still think so?
I wouldn't go and buy Obiara the character.
Yes. Yes.
And that is, but also because we are having a discussion, I just want to see on the other side some of the things that goes
So, Brad Steve, do you think that, Brad Steve, before I make jam so you think that a man, and as people who go through abuse, you find physical abuse, or the find no, if it's a almost trigger a man to say or abuse you, do you think say a man
in some way, being in a relationship for a long time, I know, sir, nobody is perfect. But sometimes in a certain trigger, there can be a trigger. You don't have the right to beat your wife. We got a friend and now why yes you don't have the right to obey acting. But sometimes we also have to look on the other side. What is is there something I can change from? Because marriage is a communication. You have to have communication between the two of you. And if this communication is not going on, sometimes we don't take care of it until it gets to the worst end. What they are saying. A honor and we only talk when it gets to the worst end. We only talk about one side because that person is the one at the receiving end in the abusive relationship. But I believe before even it gets to that point, there has to be something. what you say, and that cost and yeah, most started more resolving quickly. There will be, you know,
Pacho, because
hold on, Obian who are warring the enemy. Obian who are warring the enemy. So, will be because of the love that you have for that person. What they say. But all of a sudden, move into a relationship and then na BBS, then na BB and Tokwane and Broadness and Benoit. It has to start from somewhere. And that is where I want us to consider, say, can we resolve some of these issues before it even gets so bad?
Yeah. I think, Steve, that would depend on the two more relationship. What I say, it just depends on how you communicate with each other. But even that, there shouldn't be any physical abuse. What I say, there should not be.
That's why you are right.
It's all communication. It's just how you talk. But you to me, Cass and Pacho Mebel, Pacho Esimeba Mefa call. You to me, Cass, because why you be beginning to say you unsa now the bono. What I say, Steve, and you to me, Cass. Oba a man a trigger man to just go Utia or Hemaa story from beginning, or if you follow her on Facebook, know what's in the story, how she puts it out there. You know, I know she has a lot of videos. She comments about how she went through this relationship. And then, my I said, we just want to understand her, where she was coming from, no code through, but I don't think, there's anything. I use rice. I use a very good measurement. A lot of callers also. Let me pick the other calls because your time a bit. Let me try and make your behind making a comment.
There's enough numbers, please.
Yeah, me patch me back. 703-659-0625. Mami call back on Essie has a comment. Essie, I'll come back to Ato. Essie, patch what's an review.
Yeah, Pacho.
You.
My feelings. Whether a bema or bad. Nah, there was a problem in the marriage. Nobody deserved to be beaten. Nobody, regardless, you don't even ask the question or you're then. Nobody, although you're a different ball game, it means you don't even understand the meaning of marriage and you got into it. You didn't understand what is love because so many people are running and rushing into marriage without even assessing or getting to know the definition of love and even marriage.
Yes.
Because if it starts like that, it doesn't end. The end result is death. And also, you should understand that you are dealing with a human being. You're not worried to change.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the person has done, you need to walk away. If you really want to work on your marriage, you need to walk away. It doesn't matter where it's coming from, whether it's coming from the man's side, the woman's side. If it's something that is continuous, it's becoming a habit, like a daily bread. That is what you both eat. Then there is a problem. Something needs to be done. In this modern world that we're living in, and the culture that we come from, people don't believe in counseling, especially our men. They don't believe in counseling. Who are you to come and talk to me? They don't know that it's help. It's help. And if we are allowing ourselves to get help in certain areas, let's divorce because we try to understand the meaning of marriage, the meaning of love. Now, people don't understand love. People don't understand marriage, but they feel like getting married. They feel like beating somebody's house. It's okay because if I want to yummy. And also the outbreak, what they saw at home. They feel that is the norm. When you beat somebody, you think it's a norm because you saw your dad do it. When your father brings 2-3 women into the house, you think it's okay. And when the woman talks, that is the beating comes with it. Why is the waka come? That is the mentality some of the women are walking around with. And if the women, we are not, if we are not encouraging certain behavior from this man, and also because of that, normal. high there. So they'll cover you. And these are our own women, because our women are the ones fighting women, not even the men. The women are fighting us because they are accepting behaviors that are not right. They are quick to let you know, say, what you are too much. They are quick to judge you because they are not in your shoes. And also what they saw at home. It always comes back to what they saw at home, just to get by. Although a marriage needs to be understood before anybody enters it. It's a long-term thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Essie, for your contribution.
So
Thank
much,
you. Thank you.
Essie has really spoken well.
Yeah.
And I would say before we pick the next caller, I have some text messages. Mr. Give me messages.
Text message in the account. Make it. We have Hemaa for 2 hours, and I don't want to take any more of her time. She has to attend to other stuff.
The number is 703-659-0625. You're posting on Facebook, so if you need it, you can use it.
And I have about 6 callers. I have about 6 callers on hold. Quick, mommy, because I want to make sure Hemaa gets some feedback before she leaves. Yeah.
Akwele Asante say, Mr. Kola, abuse is not an answer. Okay. Equia Bonita, most Ghanaian men think their women are their children.
Wow.
Okay, we're putting out the phone lines. Irene Blake says, no matter what the circumstances, you do not beat. Okay, Jennifer, and so hey boy, Kola, please. And another circumstance, should you raise your hands on your wife? Irene is on. Akosia Jamara said the fact that this caller thinks the abuse needs to evaluate what caused the abuse.
Exactly.
Okay. So Akosia Jamara, Angela Ajua Kuwa say, Mr. Kola, that's what. Hey, brother Steve messages in one. But see, I think said no, we are getting it all wrong. Okay?
I'm not going to want to be American.
We are getting it all wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. We have to find out. There are some people are naturally they are abusers. Okay.
Yes.
Papa and So he just wanted to know, say, none of at all. There are people like that. Naturally, not here. So when you hear my husband is beating me ass or I wouldn't be like Obi only and say me hard.
Yeah, but there shouldn't be on him. That is what we want to preach. On him, that is what we want to preach. Say, and yes, you argue relationship be anywhere at that.
Yes,
but we want to try and say you do not have to be abused because of that.
Circumstance should man or woman raise his or her hand and abuse anybody.
Yes.
But the thing is, what I am talking about is say, Brother Steve was coming from the angle that it could be say no, but I'm so hard because I had one way the you. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we should also check ourselves. That's what he
okay. All right. We will come back into the studio. Ankrato.
Yeah, I was saying.
Hey, now why?
Yeah, but that's it. First of all, no, my main comment, Nana or Hemaa, say she's brave enough to share her story.
Yeah.
They go through these things, but in society, on back out. Now, all sharing the story, no, or your survivor, she should always know, say, or your survivor, or your victim, or your survivor.
Exactly.
And I know, say, a lot of people will learn from her. So I kudos to Nana Hemaa. Now, the person we can be say, Nana, regardless, so over to cross away any bema that won't pema, that does not give you the right to even beat her. Regardless of what goes on, so your bow or your bemo, also, Obiadi said the truth, say, who are relationship ma. No matter what, said on Marcus will be hiding. How do you define so be hiding? About you or you over attention say you can't reason. It's just all hiding. That is how do you define say or hiding? And idea regardless of the situation. Yes, brother Steve, and for people love each other before they go into a relationship. But for people on man, one person you have gone through an abuse before, abuse relationship before. Is that what I'm saying? I want to seek help. Into your mobile relationship, be trigger, then they go off. A bit your bar, a bit my bema. but the background was saying united say we trim so we your bow we your bemo and say regardless there's no if or what or but you don't hit anybody your spouse or whatever period you just don't do it it's your kudos to you. You are a very brave woman and you are not a victim, you are a survivor and keep pushing and a lot of people going to learn from you. That's it.
Thank you, Ankato. Hemaa, any comment before I take the next call of what we've heard so far?
Let's take a pause. Let's take a pause.
All right, Mami Kofi Jr. So, and then we come back into the studio. See a time. No, we've exceeded. Hemaa, we need you for the next 5 minutes, please. Why? For the next 5 minutes, now you're now call.
The baby needs breast milk, and I'm patching.
Yeah, then Hemaa, I'll try and get her here again because I know that she has a lot to share with us. I know you have to attend to the family, but okay, ma'am, 5 more minutes, we will try and get you on air again. Kofi Jr. Oh, Kofi, Kofi, my voice in Costa Rica.
Sexy Kofi, Pacho had a pot.
Sexy Kofi. Yeah, Joseph.
Well, Steve was seminal kind of me decided with him in the sense that look, again the trigger and maybe you say here between two. There's always a you're right. So I say many times no some I am put himself, oh, and you see. There's always a behind you're right. Oh, arrogance is or they say when you study and all that kind of way, you should assess yourself. Oh, or arrogant. But so they say, as some kind of different and about a cheeky. You should assess yourself because you work could be so be any Ghana minimum beer or your petition or about can make a free. Open so bad no bodies, so you're right. No bodies over. Now, once and more quick, also two of the boss. And those are to say one of the kinds of natural abuse more. But many times, if you born say, but even the most because of the power crime, just so am I, right? We take intimate people, advice to say, yeah, so there's no reason now to say, now you're right. Oh, God, now so can you, now, Professor, now come some Jerome, or comes in,
Kofi Minto commenting as he Minto
put them on the spot. Kofi them.
Yeah, Kofi me about Minto contributing as he. Are you saying say a man will be arrogant, they talk back into until they deserve to be beaten? Is that what you are?
Well, they deserve to be beaten, but look, and you might be a trigger, sorry, I say.
A trigger, then you should have self-control. Yes, but even that, no. Kofi, so do you think, sir, even that, sir, I reply, but who worry, no? One can find say your slave, Sebio, and now then Abba say she cannot talk back to you. You are in a relationship, both of you are in. So
I'm not saying, sir, Nipano should shut up and stuff like that, but it's like, look, also, what's the root cause of it?
Okay, the root cause of
the root cause of it. One led to this, one led to that.
Okay, so the root cause of are you saying the root cause of it is talking back to you? No, you deserve to be beaten because you are talking back. Is it the root cause?
No.
Okay, so I'm trying to let you tell me the root cause.
Look,
so does it supposed to be beating Kofi? Okay, me can't say manu akabi. So you sabomi. Also manu one to be an say. But do you have to physically? You sat now the bono. You can't argue. Just walk away. There's Kofi. Me, I think there's a lot of solutions to that. If or argue, you can't argue. Walk away.
Long ago,
walk away.
One lady Diana or advising woman group or saying community. Then our commanding member kitchen car social plus Yadina Obana, at some point, now, no woman, now, or any be to me to put in anyhow. It went on for a long time, and there's always altercation. Brahma no see so easy, yeah. Now I just say he fought back from at some point. The lady sit back and says, look, Brahma, why you want this? That's when she realized that if you know.
Or not, because or not. Okay, Kofi, Obi, there's a question I made about. So because na no ya, missing na no ya, because na no ya, she talks back to you, or no one can say ye. You think that because of that, you have the right to abuse her physically.
You don't have to be Nipan per se. Take the equation out.
So what about communication? What about Kofi? What about sitting down and talking? Sitting down, both of you talk. Say about what about you going to that option?
In a normal way, you both can sit down. Since you both came from different homes, there has to be a leverage.
I think so.
Whereby you come to a leverage says give and take.
Okay, Angela, I agree with you. I think so. Hemaa, we have a long way to go with this abusive education because I don't. Kofi because I think so it's going to be.
Siding with you.
Yes.
We need to sit back and assess ourselves. Again, I'm zooming.
And then also,
rather than blame.
Yeah. Kofi. Me to point. And I say,
meanwhile,
they are not the problem. We are the problem. Yeah.
Whom do you see?
So we are putting
in front of the mirror. Whom do you see?
Okay.
Now, you saw
all right, Kofi, thank you very much. Kofi, thank you very much for your comment. Do I have anybody else on the line? So I do not have anybody else on the line. And my poll question is just interesting. Hemaa, I'll come back to you. Any besides, why does someone become abusive? Is it culture, upbringing, reflecting upon a childhood? Was the person also abused? Does it make them feel powerful? I think so far we've had about 27 people answer the poll questions for us, and most of them say reflected in Akolani childhood. It's the reflection of their childhood. 2% says it's a culture upbringing. So we don't think it's the culture upbringing. It's just Nipakone childhood, what the person saw or what the person who or go through. Either the person was abused, he saw papa abusing, and that's who something like that. Or the last one, which is 29%, also said makes them feel very powerful. Makes them feel powerful into our year. And then Kofi, you have a lot of people also disagreeing with you. Say, Hemaa, are you going through the feedback comment, right, Hemaa?
Yeah.
So I'll let you. Hemaa, what you heard? What did my mama Hemaa, Nana Hemaa, and comment on it? Then I'll go back to Sister Grace. Hemaa, what do you send your Kofi Kasai? Not to or not in your opinion, no. What do you think some of the issues are? Is it our society in the NTRC? Is it we are not educated? And essence can be about counseling. What I say is they say we especially we member if Ghana so do not believe say counseling will solve some of our issues. And I also want you to take 3 questions, and I also want you to answer a question about friendship involvement. What I said, your husband, for example, now for did they now for who near now oko true? Did they observe anything? Were they almost advice a friend is saying ukono and ask almost advice, and if they were just you heard all of it until the mommy mom put you all of it together. I hope you get my question, Anahima.
But I think one of the big problem is that if the 2 men that just made that comment say, but what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
But what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
Because we should find the roots. The roots of the problem is the abuser.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to fix himself.
Yeah.
Yes. You see, that's why we have a long way to go. And the lady called Angela made that comment. So we have a long way to go with this abuse because we still have men that say, but what did you do for him to beat you?
Mm-hmm.
That question, the day we eliminate the question of, but what did you do? We will actually get somewhere with abuse. Nothing a woman you're married to should do for you to be able to beat them. And if we still have men that keep asking these questions, then this is why they are part of the problem. because one word intimable, because who you say intimable, because who you say intimable. This is one of the problems. It is a mess. And I don't know, maybe I know one year did. You're too of a strong woman. I didn't come into the relationship for you to come and discipline me. And if, as a partner, you're not able to sit me down and talk to me, as a partner you respect, and you have to lift your hand to beat me, it shows that person has no respect and love for you. Just a woman, you are nobody to him. You are a woman of a sex machine that he has sex with when he's horny and cook for him. That is your part to play in the marriage. That's literally what women are supposed to do. Be there for you to have sex and cook for me. And don't talk back to me and don't challenge me. But a lot of men say they want good women. If you want a good woman will challenge your decisions when she knows that this decision is going to destroy the family. The fact that we still have men saying, but what did you do? We have a long way to go, as Angela said in the comments.
Yeah.
In terms of friends, I never spoke to my friends about what was going on. I was embarrassed.
What about George's friends? But
his friends, when they did see, they advised me that if you were said they are his friends, so their loyalty lies with him.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they said was, I'm not going to tell you to leave him, but I'm telling you, if you were my sister, you will leave today. Indirectly, say, if you were my sister, I won't let you stay here.
So based on that,
when his friends come in the house, I cook, I clean, we have a chat. When I'm with, I will be part of the boys. Like, I'll make you guys all comfortable in the house. Don't let your friends come. And who is this? No, Charlie. Everybody needs to flow and be happy. Into that's the kind of flow into don't catch him say, if you were my sister, you will not be here today. You would leave. I took that advice in terms of so if they saw it more and more, I'm sure they would have spoken to me on the side.
But do you think that they also spoke to George on the side?
I'm very sure they spoke to him.
George on the side. Maybe they did not.
Very sure.
Okay.
I'm very sure, especially Zodic. He is that kind of friend that would advise him without me being around.
Yeah.
I'm very, very sure he spoke. He hit me in front of his uncle in his uncle's car. I was sitting at the back seat and he was sitting at the front seat.
So it feels like he felt very comfortable. Do you think that he has some? Do you think that he has some psychological issue? Anger issue. And did he believe in counseling? Did you guys try?
Nobody can fix his problem. Maybe when he finally got to Ghana, he knew, but he definitely has anger issues. Okay. And he's very aware he has anger issues.
Okay.
So if you're asking what is the root cause is the guy has anger issues.
Yeah.
That
he was supposed to seek help.
Of women challenging him.
Yes.
The problem is a man that has a problem of women challenging him. A man that has a problem of women saying a woman disagreeing with his decision.
Yes.
So because a woman is challenging you, his philosophy is men I'm your bam and what I say goes. So you can't challenge me. If you challenge me, I'll beat you. So that's where the problem is. The problem is not the woman that's challenging him. The problem is the man that's not man enough to be able to be challenged by his wife. That is where the problem is.
Okay.
And so definitely, did his friends advise him? Absolutely, his friends advised him. I am 110% sure Zodic advised him. All his other friends would advise him. Said, Charlie, Cookstone, I'm very sure because he had very responsible friends. His friends were all married with partners. What am I saying?
Yeah.
So his friends are still with their partners.
Yeah. You see, and sometimes behind the closed say Oban then I don't think so. You should say the friends are also influenced. The friends could advise him. They can do their best to advise him.
With this friendship thing, no, it's a way view. Okay, so what I think is that some of them, they don't even know me. I have different characters. So if you ask my friends things I do, they don't even know because I didn't know how to be so Hemaa on Jindy. If you also so they know I do that. My parents didn't even know. Okay, there are some people that have different. Me, I have a lot of different characters. If I do something and my partner thinks the friends are part of it, it's a big no. And that's like, it's a big no. Because there are lots of things I do by myself alone, my friends don't even know. Sometimes too, you will tell them, you advise them, but
yeah. Okay.
Thank
you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, if you sometimes somebody will go and tell your mother this is what Hemaa did, and she'll be like, say wanted to hell no.
All right.
But she or he has chosen to do this. He can't do anything.
All right, my main for course, CB, Hemaa, we definitely going to need you on this topic again. What the side behind closed doors now, behind area, and then we plan and see when it will fit in your schedule because we would love to have you here again. Your friend is saying, Sister Grace, who got share me too can't show. Sister Grace into question. Okay, man. Yo, me that's it. Pache yenti.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, just so.
Me that's sister Hemaa. It's a conversation where you can say she share any problem in when free na yeah solution. I think it's about time. Say you're down to be a situation being one. We should make decisions for them. We should be able to tell them, say, Ubewu na ko. Ubewu na ko. Because yes, say, Rebecca Drum say, Bemana on moon separate and moon guy. It's about time at this time, you better hit the nail on the head. That's sometimes it's good to go be our for anybody to have in life.
Yeah.
And now we are bound to that's a pala woman. That's a who feel say the abuse the door to Palantia. Make the man advice to say walk away in a job and Palanama.
Yeah.
Who are life you can explain to the kids. Say same because who are alive and not making explaining and I church a won't say me. But when you are alive, now Palanama will hate you and they will hate you.
Yeah.
And you know, this time, no, and see, now, I mean, this time we should hear what I am.
Yeah.
And I am, yes, separation, yes, straight divorce. Who separating ye? Now, check who are affecting the dear, nay, yes, all the time, but back at the DBC, that's you. But let us take a break. We take a break, and I'm not sure who we obey, because who we are. She obey me,
nothing.
And who called that woman, so I didn't want to die about.
That's it.
And I knew who went to be the young man on me. It is this time, no, my insurance is a big worry, and I am CNCRCSA. Who says that we are bad person, whether we are bad or we are bad person. And you want to say we are happy. Because we are happy to love Nipana on to lead or ban them. And now, because a relationship, no, or ban them provoke you, or man, or they call so. And it's a yes, stable mind that. And Kalaka will leave a home for them, no problem. To me, if I come, we shouldn't be afraid they go away.
Thank you very much, Sister Grace. Thank you very much. I think that will be the last caller. We will not pick any more calls. Hemaa, please, you be jamu. And we know say you have other things to attend to. But before you go, your last word, your last advice, anything else you want to throw it out there, please go ahead.
You know, one of the most important thing I will say is that women have something doing with your life, because when you have no confidence and you don't know who you are, you allow anybody to come and just treat you anyhow and go. But you know who you are. You love yourself. When you love yourself, you won't allow somebody to come and disrespect you and maltreat you and just go for free. It's all about learning who you are, knowing who you are, and understand. You are still your own person. Don't forget, be who you are. Don't forget your dreams and aspirations and everything in the marriage. Be who you are, because a lot of the time we are not able to walk away from these dysfunctional and horrible situations because we don't even love ourselves. So that becomes what we are. But baby movie in do that kind of behavior. No. Self-love is important. It's with everything, because you are Hemaa before marriage and you should still be Hemaa during the marriage. Know who you are, and when you know who you are, nobody just say, "Oh, be anything." Because when you see the red flags, because you are sure of who you are and confident of who you are, when you see the red flags, you are able to identify the red flags, and then if it's time to walk, you will walk confidently. Seriously. And as the last lady said, just because you've walked out of the marriage doesn't mean you're a bad person. Let people say, you just say, there is no coming back. But if you walk out of the marriage, there is a coming back in your life. It's the end of the marriage. It's not the end of your life. You know? So if you are in that situation, you can't get out. Speak to somebody. Gain strength from somebody. But walk out. Like she said, yeah, it's time to see our rebimo, because our rebimo so walk out and gain your life back, because it's not the end of the world, though, sister. Our in heaven. In she says, "Oh, free now save your life. Free save your life." Now we show our reject now.
All right.
Internet coming jam because saying coming from me who call and come one too soon.
Oh, Nana Hemaa, thank you very much. The comment is coming. People appreciate. Yeah, people appreciate you sharing. Marie said you've been here today to save life.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, Hemaa, go ahead.
Quick message, you know.
Yeah, I picked a quick message. Now, you enjoy Hemaa quite encore. You're taking it 2 hours. It's not easy to give 2 hours.
From 12 to 2 p.m. And the Z show is coming on live. Now I'm watching Bernard Abusive interview, you know. And Kuma Wood actor, yeah. It's, you know, on the Z shows, the exclusive is very hot like this. So it's those of you who came on today for the first time. You know, Aqua Radio, we do regular shows just like the normal radio station. Monday to Sunday, we have live shows every day. Your sports, your politics, entertainment. I'm watching from 12 to 2 years. Entertainment, and I'm reading my messages.
Okay.
Some are abusive because they might be from an abusive home, so they see that to be normal. Marie say, Nana Hemaa, thanks for sharing your experience. You may have to save a few lives today. God bless you.
Save lives today.
A lot of men have that problem. Angela Ajua, who was some of our men take we African women as slaves. That's why sometimes marry stay with their wife. Yeah, the brain almost because of the attitude. Because of one better. Now I obey who?
Yeah.
I say when you marry traditionally, they advise you to communicate all the time or report problems to your chosen family who are going to represent you both. Okay. A lot of people, Robert Cote, so
a lot of comments.
A lot of you. And then so I the pioneer.
Let me take the poll questions. I think the majority of us, which is majority of us believes when somebody is abusive, that's a reflection of their childhood. Either being said they saw it or they were beaten. 40% of our poll response, say 40% believes it's a reflection of their childhood, and then 2% say culture, upbringing, 3% say they were abused, and then 4%, 27% also says it makes them feel very powerful. So I think it's a reflection of their childhood. Seems that's what most of 40% say reflection of their childhood. Ebusia, thank you very much. Hemaa, thank you once again. You accepted our invitation, and then we are not done with you yet. We are going to call you again. You know me.
No, not at all. But I had Instagram pages again.
Your Instagram, your hair.
Personal pages about Hemaa, talk to Hemaa. So talk the number 2 to Hemaa, and then if you want my business page, it's Oba OBAAS Place, Oba's Place on Instagram or Facebook, or www.obasplace.com. gmail.com.
Yes. Okay. Into more follow him out for exclusive care. I mean, so care. It did 5 years. Grab it to not just for today.
You see the one that she's wearing today.
Where you are in the world, in Ghana, UK, USA, Ohio is here to serve you better. Okay. I'm a fan of her. And
so
she does
I'm
sure she's more or less like counselor. I don't know. Yeah.
Ooh. I'm still going through my training. I'm taking it very seriously.
Okay.
We spoke about it. I want her to take it serious.
Relationship. Trust me, if you are there watching us and you are being abused, you are going through this and you want to communicate to us, just send us a message, private message on our call about it. We will find somebody to talk to you. Yeah. I know that this thing is really, really going on a lot. I'm not worried. Explanation to. But made an explanation to said so don't be afraid and scared of worry 1 week, worry 1 month, 1 year, and you feel people are going to talk about it. Please don't forget. Hemaa says that you are living the life for yourself. You are living the life for yourself, not for anybody. When who are not they wouldn't be there. Okay. Thank you so much for watching.
On that note, Minia, take care of yourself and each other. Stay safe, stay blessed. Midi Mantia Anoba or Hemaa from UK Nane as our guest on the show. We're definitely going to bring her back again on maybe on a different topic, the same topic to be continued. And of course, my co-host on Hemaa GH Unique 15. Minia, take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks so
Bye.
Bye.
The station that rules the nation.